Good afternoon. So how are you all of you? Like after a big break and obviously some delicious lunch. I was expecting some old Dhaka things. Anyway, it was very good lunch for us. Most importantly, we had a very good discussions among our all speakers. So I had enjoyed the discussions with our speakers and everyone. So first of all, I would like to thank TEDx Jagannath University team and organizers, those who have actually selected me and given me the opportunity to share something which is such a big global platform where we can share our own stories and where we can learn actually. So let me tell about myself a bit very briefly. So I am Jakaria Jalal. I am standing in TEDx platform for 6th time. So this is my 6th TED talk. So I was just expecting what my organizers are written about me in the like where my posters are being printed. So interestingly, for the first time, I have been recognized in poster as a renowned TEDx speaker. So I was just amazed, what? I have just in my 6th TED and I was just considered as a renowned. I don't know I was such renowned or something like that. So don't expect a big thing from me. I'm not such like. I came here to share some stories with you, all of you. And I hope you will enjoy these sessions. Let me start with something about as I was with this Jagannath University. So you are students of Jagannath, most of you. Just if I ask you, do you know how old is Jagannath University? Any idea? Any guess? Any number? How old is Jagannath University? Huh? Sorry? No. 170 years. This Jagannath University started with a Jagannath school actually. A Brahmani school is 1858. So you are a legacy of 170 years old legacy. You all should feel proud for it and give a big clap to yourself. So this is such a phenomenon institutions where you are actually carrying the legacy. Let me tell about one notable alumni from your schools or your university. You know, I would like to say one name. I'm not sure how many of you know him actually. His name is Brozen. Do you know anyone named Brozen? He's one of the finest swimmers in all-time history of mankind. He's the first man who actually crosses the English Channel. You know, so he is from Jagannath University. Give hand for him. So let me come back to the TED, my TED actually. When I was coming in a TED talk, I don't come here to actually share my stories. I come here to learn from the speakers because it's a platform to learn our diversified audience. And in due course of time, if I could share something about myself or about my stories, about my journey, about my things, most of you here actually people here come to listen. Within such amid conditions of country right now, today is a very difficult day, you know. So I would like to give hand to the audience who have come here and join these sessions to listen these things from us. I'm really grateful to all of you standing on behalf of you. Thank you very much. So when I was being connected, so organizer is actually asking me, I was asking them what is the first theme you are choosing. So they were saying that it is going to be the rewired perspectives. So it's actually hitting me a lot. What is rewired perspective? What I can, what does it mean? Do you know what does rewired means? Anyone of you, any idea? You were listening to these things whole day, you know the theme. What does rewired mean actually? Rewired mean actually destroy the old things. Like when our fan motors, the winding things, let's say a ceiling fan of your home get damaged. So what you do? You have to sometimes some motors or electric pump, motor, anything get damaged. So it has to be rewind, right? That is called you destroy the old things, you challenge the old things, you bring the new things, you bring the innovations, you bring the impact, you influence the new things. That is rewired. So such an amazing, I would like to bring this slide, such an amazing theme that organizer has been selected, so thanks to them. But how am I connected? So I was thinking like how I should share about my things with this reward thinking about reward perspective. So looking at to my profile, being a graduate from BUET is a chemical engineering department, and it's a legacy department where I was studying the same thing which has been studying for last 50 or 60 years, the very tough engineering things. And by the way, how many of you are a science background here? Can you raise your hand? So I'm seeing some good hand here actually. So coming from HSC or HSC science background, so I was trying to connect the science with rewired perspectives. The only things in the world that is science who always challenge the old things. You know, every bit of the things, the science, the new things, who has the capacity to learn, to explore the new things, that always pushes the old things to come into the new things. That is innovations, innovations, and innovations. So that's all about rewired perspective to me, and that's why I'm here. So I will try to connect my chemical engineering things to all of you with these rewired perspectives and others. So by the way, I'd like to ask organizers, please let me, please just remind me on 16 minutes when you were done. So I will have to go to the 80 minutes things or as per the rules that I have to follow. So looking at all of our mind, we have a very big things in carrying with us. That is the brain itself. It's a living lab. What we consider living lab means it's a laboratory that is doing by its own things. Do you know how much capacity of a brain have? It is considered the one brain which can produce or which can compute the things where the most super powerful computers of this world, if you add all super powerful computer in one point, your brain is 10 times more greater than that superpower computer. So you understand how much we are carrying ourselves with these things. This such a brilliant brain we are carrying ourselves. So why I'm talking these things? That brain you can actually use to rewire your thinking, where you are right now, where you can go out, on the way forward. So that was the only way you can use your rewiring your thinking process. You change your old stigma, you change your old thought of schools, where you are coming from, where you are going. So that why you have a brain to process this laboratorical data, and then you can rewire your thinking. So that's why I push these things. You start from your head, where you have to change your thought process to bring the rewiring your thinking. So why you require to rewire your thinking? Why? Why you want to change our thinking process? Why? The most importantly, we want to make ourselves successful. Why we want to be successful? Because most of the people want success because they want to lead the things. So then one of the most important things comes to our scenario, that's called the leaders. When you start thinking in a good process, when you start utilizing your brain in a new way, new thinking, then your thought process will be changed, then you will be a good leader. The leaders, those who are born, the most important line I put it, the best leaders aren't born with charisma. No leaders born with their own things. Everyone born with the same perspectives. But the best leaders, we call them, they change their thought process, they revise the thought process, and they become the best leader of their timeline, of their movement, of their situation. So always you push your brain, you push your thought process, so that you become the best leader of your town, best leader of your community. It's not necessarily you have to be the best leader of the country, world, or anything. You can be a best leader of your class, you can be a best leader of your groups, you can be a best leader of your society. That's the main thought process where you can think of. So now, as a chemical engineer, I always like to bring the chemistry in everything. That's very important things. In our previous sessions, how many of you listened to the session of Taj Bhai? So he was talking about something. So I will be repeating the things, but in a different way. Let's see, I will share some 4 important chemical reactions that happened in our body when we thought in a different way. Let's find some interesting things. The chemistry of confidence. What does it mean? Let's say you are doing one thing on your class, on your society, on your families, on your friends, or anything. It gives boost your confidence. Do you know what happens when you get confident? Your body start releasing the different type of hormone. It's a chemistry. It's a part of chemistry. So do you know that hormone name? Serotonin. So this serotonin actually release when you start feeling confident. So I will go through 4 different chemicals or chemical reactions that happened in your body line, change your everything if you want to be successful or a good leader in coming days. As the days progress, when I learned these things over, this sort of things I learned like 5 or 10 or 12 years back, when I started leading the team, I started practicing these things in my mind, and that actually helped a lot. So these 4 hormone chemical reactions is very important to become a good leader in your surroundings. Number 2, the chemistry of vision. Those who are visionary, those who want to see the world differently, those who want to see the society differently. Not only normal, the people doesn't want to see the same thing in a different way. They have a different hormone release in your body, in a different chemical reaction, and that actually changes your thought process. Do you know this hormone name? Dopamine. In our Tajbai sessions, he said how dopamine release. Why slow dopamine, low dopamine, high dopamine, low dopamine is very important for your body to react in your different situations of your career, of your timeline, of your living life. Then next things, the most important things, the stress. So why we become stressed? What makes you to stress? We make stress. There is no stress in the world. I want to say one thing to you. There is no stress in the world. If you consider this as your stress. Let's say you have a quiz tomorrow, or class test tomorrow, or term final, or session final. So you are taking stress to yourself. Apart from these things, you have a tuition. So your tuition at 5. So you have to complete these things at 4. You have to take a pathao to go to the tuitionist and everything. You are actually taking stress to your life. So there are hundreds, thousands of reasons surrounding in our society, in our environment that actually put ourselves into the stress condition, right? When we are in a stress condition, it actually releases a hormone. It starts chemical reactions to your life, and that actually impact your thought process. That is called cortisol. So serotonin, dopamine, cortisol. The very important things, which is the most important and utmost important things for a person to success in a career, in anywhere. If you want to go in a successful in your career, either in your academic or in your corporate or private sector or bank, anywhere, you have to have 2 things in your character. That is, you have to be very caring to your colleagues, to your superior, to your reportees, to your surroundings, everyone. And the most importantly, you have to have the one important integrity line to your pocket, that is called trust. So when you have the care and trust in your body, and your body start releasing the hormone called oxytocin. So these 4 chemical reactions. So now you have understood why the rewired perspectives, why you're rethinking of the thought process, how it can change your body timeline and your body chemical reactions, and it can improve your thought process if you can consider this hormone to change. So how you can get this hormone in your life, like confidence, care, trust, stress, and lot of these 4 are very important things that you have to consider in your career to be a successful person. Coming back to one of the most important things we called in our corporate life, the ripple effect of emotion. What is the ripple effect of emotion? Do you know? This is a very important thing. That picture says it all. There is let's say there is a very quiet pond. So you threw a stone. What happened? The water started to move. That is called ripple effect. So ripple effect is like when you are actually feeling bad, you are talking with your friends and you actually made him bad. He is talking with his friends, he is making the other friend bad. So when the society is thinking a very bad thing, whole society are actually in a bad effect of emotions. That is called ripple effect of emotions. So I would like to request all of you to Google these things, to learn these things, how to get out from this ripple effect of emotions. That will help you to think differently. Otherwise, if you cannot think the process differently, you cannot be a good leader, you cannot be a different, you cannot go further away. So ripple effect is very important. If you have to do a lot of things to get out from this ripple effect of emotions. And then we have started with a lab. That is, we considered our brain is a big lab, and we come into the leading is like a big brain. You cannot, it's not like that those who are leader who have the big brain. It's like those who are leader, they are using their brain very differently, very widely, and a very different perspectively. So leading, the leader has to have a very big brain. It's not about size, it's about thought. So you have to understand the most important things. So the future, looking at to the standing here, I always expect after 10 or 20 years, some of you will come here these things. How and what will say new generations, the upcoming generations about the leaderships and everything. The future of leadership is very challenging things coming up, because there are everything what you are going to deliver to the audience will be knowing better than you. So because they have the ChatGPT, they will have the AI in their pockets and everything. So what you have to deliver? You have to deliver the very different things of your thought process. Your thought, your thinking, and your capacity of communications to the audience will be the key factor for future in the leaderships. And then I will coming up my last slide, and the last slide is not about the, is very much connected to the rewired perspective theme, and that is called rewiring perspective. Isn't just an option, it is a necessary thing to develop yourself as the future leadership of the coming sector. So let me end my presentations in a very short, and I believe I have been completed in my 18 minutes of slot. And the last line from my chemical engineering point of view with reward perspective is with a lot of chemical reactions in our body and everything that we have discussed today. And the most important thing is change the chemistry, change the world. Change your body chemistry, change the world. Thank you very much.